Okay, I said I was going to get to this, and I'm going to get to it now, but welcome to my review of Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 1, okay? Now, I know it's hours away now before Night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom, but obviously a lot of things happen. I got a few things to say about this show, good and bad, okay? Because Wrestle Kingdom and New Japan itself, I feel like I go into this Wrestle Kingdom wondering if there was a lot of hype to it. And in a way, it is and it isn't at the same time. Don't get me wrong, I followed mostly everything throughout the year leading up into this whole pay per view. So I basically know everything that's going on and, watched everything that's, happened and whatnot. But some would say, what is going to be different for New Japan now with them entering their 50th year? It's their 50th anniversary coming up and whatnot. I hope they have a better year than what they just had recently because a lot of very odd decision making, in my opinion, on several things in the company and just a lot of stuff they done which doesn't make a lot of sense. And hopefully it's going to be a change this time around and whatnot. But still, it is a lot going on. Still them being in the Tokyo Dome um, tonight. I know it wasn't at full capacity. I do know that. I know it's still a lot of COVID restrictions going on right there. And it's not, COVID's still pretty messed up down there. But then again, it's kind of messed up anywhere, still in the entire world. But I know it has hit Japan and whatnot. I guess it's still that bad since we couldn't even have the English commentary team at the event. I actually thought Kevin Kelly and Chris Charlton would be there on the show. But no, they are still doing it remote from their home. They said they will be back after Wrestle Kingdom. But because it's been kind of hard for them to travel back and forth throughout these shows. Don't get me wrong, we saw Kevin Kelly throughout the entire G1 and probably a couple of few other shows here and there too. But I kind of expected both of them to be at Wrestle Kingdom, but I guess they did it remotely from their homes or wherever they're at right now. So no, they were not there live tonight for Wrestle Kingdom and whatnot. So like I said, restrictions, travel, and all that stuff, they're still at home. But I did watch the pre-show to it. Listen. I watched this show today. Okay, I wasn't gonna stay up all night because the show started like what 1, 2 a.m. where I'm at and stuff, and I'm not gonna sit up all night watching this. If it was a weekend day, I probably would do that. But I got other stuff going on in the week, so no, I was not going to do that. But yeah, with like I said, with them starting out in the first hour, well, pre-show was the New Japan Rambo. Basically, it's like their Royal Rumble and whatnot in a way, and basically whoever wins, well, I guess the final four will be in the whole KOPW, type that tournament thing. I've never really figured out the whole KOPW, whatever type of gimmick matches they got Toru Yano doing half the time and whatnot, but I know they did this last year, and I know Chase Owens and Aaron Henare were the first ones out there because it was a 19-man field. I don't know everybody in this whole thing. I know it was like several young boys and whatnot, and Master Wato, and Hiroshi Tenzan and stuff. Minoru Suzuki was in it, which honestly I feel like that kind of plays into later on because I thought Minoru Suzuki was going to be in a different match, but Suzuki, I kind of figured where he was going to fit on Wrestle Kingdom anyways. I know he wasn't in the G1, but then again, Minoru Suzuki had a very awesome American tour not that long ago, just traveling over here in the States and whatnot, who was over as fuck. So, I figured where was he going to fit in the Wrestle Kingdom, but also kind of funny. I thought when Minoru Suzuki got in the ring, he basically killed like three young boys and made them tap out in like a minute or two. He literally went in, puts one in a leg lock, flips one over his head, chokes one out. Like he just killed three of them that easily. And stuff. Taka Michinoku was in it. Sema. I don't know much of Sema. Wasn't he like in AEW for a minute? The whole Strong Hearts thing and stuff. So um, I know him from there, because I didn't know what he was. I'm like, oh, Chima. I'm like, I know him. I didn't know if he was still in AEW and that, or the promotion AEW works with. I forgot what it's called. I don't know if it's called Gleet or something, but my camera falls right there. But wow, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I didn't know where promotion was at or where he was at lately. But yeah, he just shows up in New Japan. No, all of a sudden, no. But there were other names in this whole battle royale from hey, look, it's Hamna. Does have that mask on and whatnot. head thing. You already know what I'm talking about. Doki, Yuji Nagata, Yoshinobu Kanemaru. This camera's pissing me off. Wow, this camera really is pissing me. All right, stay right there. Okay, good enough. But like I said, Kanemaru and others. But yeah, Makabe. I know some guys are getting thrown out of there. Tatsumi Fujinami, who is celebrating his 50th anniversary coming up. I know his music was dubbed, but he has been there since the first ever match in 1972 of New Japan. Apparently, he's like 68 years old, and the guy just starts putting dragon screws on Bad Luck Fale and others and stuff. And I guess everybody pinned him and Yano or something, or Makabe. So now the final four in this whole thing are Chase Owens, Minoru Suzuki, Chima, and and yeah, Yano. So they'll be tomorrow night or tonight or night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom, wherever it's going. I really don't understand this KOPW thing all the way. I don't, okay? And this fatal 4-way thing, I'm like, well, hey, at least Suzuki's doing something else. He even kind of said in the post comments, why am I in this thing? But he'll explain more of that at the next press conference. But we did kick off with the official match of the show of Show versus Yo. Um, Obviously, this feud has been going on throughout the entire summer since like the Junior Tag League, and Show turned on Yo. Show ended up joining Bullet Club against Yo, a part of Evil's House of Torture thing. Not a bad match and whatnot, but obviously this didn't feel like it was an ending to their whole story. It feels like we're gonna see another match because Dick Togo got involved, but Yo, he was able to kind of roll him up after just kind of fighting off Togo and them. So just shoved Show and rolled him up, and with his 5-star clutch and whatnot, some would say, and won the match. So yes, this feud obviously is going to continue between Show and Yo, and they're going to be in the ring tomorrow night. One thing you have to say too, a lot of these guys tonight and tomorrow, a lot of them are working double duty, okay? And then again, Wrestle Kingdom's 3 nights, so it was January 4th, January 5th, and January the 8th. Listen, both shows in the Tokyo Dome, but January the 8th is against Pro Wrestling Noah. And honestly, I don't know all the Noah guys down there right like that. And I'll probably watch it this Saturday coming up, but I personally think like 3 days of Wrestle Kingdom is overkill. I'm going to get to more of this in this whole 2-night thing because I feel like it's starting to bite them in the ass a little because by God, everyone's just damn everybody on the card is just working double duty at this point. Like you're gonna see them either tonight and tomorrow night. So we've seen them before, but it's very different. Look at the past few years, and with COVID restrictions, also it does hold back a few things too. Because I'll say this right now: last year they were able to kind of get away with that and whatnot. I know still a lot of hard things going on, even though it still is. It was, they were still able to make it work. I think it worked the first time of having Wrestle Kingdom 2 nights because they had such a loaded card and the double title thing and Liger's retirement and just people from Chris Jericho on the show and John Moxley and, him and the Suzuki thing going on. And it was a lot of matches they had that first, Romu was back in the play. Well, him and Will Ospreay, I thought was a fantastic. It's a lot to say back from Wrestle Kingdom 14. It really is. I thought it was a fucking fantastic Wrestle Kingdom damn near. But I feel like it's kind of biting them right now because next we had a 6-man tag, which was Hiroshi Tanahashi, Ryusuke, I can never say his name, Taguchi the Funky Weapon, and Rocky Romero. Well, once again, he's been on an American tour himself. Going against Bullet Club, Kenta, Taiji Shimori, and El Phantasmo. And I've never seen this on a Wrestle Kingdom. And listen, I know this is an undercard tag match. I know this leads into their bigger matches on the next night for Wrestle Kingdom, but I don't think I've ever seen a disqualification in a damn Wrestle Kingdom in a Tokyo Dome. Out of all people, it's the ace of New Japan. Also, it's Tanahashi. Like I say, it's an undercard match, but at the same time, it's on Wrestle Kingdom. Even though they'll be fighting for the U.S. title tomorrow night in a no DQ match and stuff. They had to prove Tana snapping and whatnot. So him and Kenta. No DQ for the title tomorrow, but I'm like a disqualification on Wrestle Kingdom with the Ace. That's kind of crazy. Next, the United Empire though, Will Ospreay, Jeff Cobb, and the Great O'Khan. Aaron Henare was with him, went against Los Ingobernables de Japón. Naito, Sonata, and Bushi. Will Ospreay, they said this has been 8 months since he has wrestled in New Japan. The last time he did wrestle in New Japan, I believe, was Dontaku when the last time he defended the IWGP title. I think that was against Shingo. And then, he had a neck injury. And, we did see Will Ospreay for a while. He ended up being in America then. Um, at the Resurgence show. I know he's been on New Japan Strong for a minute now. I know, I think TJP joined the crew, and apparently he's been, back in the UK recruiting guys in the United Kingdom. Sorry, not United Empire and whatnot. So Osprey has been pretty busy. In America right now, and he came out with 4 titles, okay? So he's holding the belt that he says the real world champion. He's holding the Rev Pro world title. He's holding the Rev Pro, I don't know if that's a tag belt or if that's the cruiserweight belt to it, but he's got 2 Rev Pro belts, and he has the Warrior Wrestling Champion belt, which he did win that belt actually over here in Chicago, Illinois, and whatnot not that long ago. I probably should have went to that show then for Warrior Wrestling, because he did win that belt about a maybe 2-3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, he's got a lot of belts right now and whatnot. And going into Naito and all of them, I like Naito's new jacket and whatnot. Basically, it's a 6-man to pop, pretty much hype up people, for their matches tomorrow night. You figure Bushi was going to take the pinfall anyways, because you got Naito going against Jeff Cobb on night 2, and Sonata versus the Great Okada, and of course Will Ospreay being in the main event. So obviously Bushi was going to take the pin. Okay, he hit the hidden blade on Bushi and won. So it is okay. Honestly, I don't even know why this is on Wrestle Kingdom. Like, you could have put this on like the Road to Tokyo Dome show. Same with the last 6-man tag, Road to Tokyo Dome, and you could have just done it there. I don't know why we're doing like preview matches on Wrestle Kingdom. That's kind of very strange to me, to them doing that. But then again, I feel like they did this last year too, because like I said, they got to like fill out the cards. So they just got to put them. Next day, everybody's got to work double duty, damn near, and stuff. So that's why they're putting like all these 6-mans on here, 8-mans. Next, Katsu, Katsuyori Shibata. Uh, I guess he was going to have a match. He went against Ren Narita, which was supposed to be a catch wrestling rules match. Basically, there's going to be no strikes, no kicks, no slaps, and whatnot, because Shibata has fought very hard to get back into the ring after it happened a few years ago with the whole thing with Okada and the headbutt. And then nobody knew if he would ever wrestle again. I know he's been running the LA dojo and whatnot for the past few years, but there have been times where you've seen Shibata somewhat show some type of spurt proving that he could still do it. And we just saw back the G1 when he had that, what was the rules he was going? He went against Zack Sabre Jr., but I don't know if it was Noah rules or Pancreas rules and whatnot. And I think, he was trying to prove himself, and he did announce back at the World Tag League Super Junior that he would wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom. A lot of people thought it was going to be Minoru Suzuki Shibata would be going against, but then again, they said no strikes and no kicks and all that stuff, so I didn't think it'd be him. And then he was on the pre-show tonight, so I know it wasn't going to be him. So Ren Narita coming out, which he's in the LA dojo with him, but then Shibata got on the microphone and says, no, you know what, change the rules. We're going to have a full wrestling match. So all, slaps, kicks, everything, punches, we're all going to be involved, okay? So, there you go. Listen, the match was what it was. It was very good. Some wonder if Shibata's back at 100%. Shibata is basically proving out here that he could still go and whatnot. Of course, he was going to win, hit the PK and everything, and shook his hand right after. But, you know, like I said, we haven't seen both of these guys in New Japan Ring in a while. Like I said, Narita was over in the LA dojo, and, Shibata here, like I said, we haven't seen him wrestle in a while, so I feel like this was a test and a way to prove he could still go, and it had to be on Wrestle Kingdom, so that wasn't bad. Also, New Japan announced that New Japan will be coming back to Access TV on March 3rd, right after Impact Wrestling. So, New Japan was on Access TV many months ago until, a year or two ago until Impact came into play, because New Japan was on Access TV. I know a lot of people that watched it on there, but they left when Impact got there. This is when they weren't working together and they were on bad terms. I know New Japan and Impact are on good terms, and they share talent nowadays and shit and stuff. And we've seen their talent on Impact Wrestling, but and everything. But with New Japan being back on Access TV again, that's a pretty good sign and whatnot. So they're now on the block with Impact on Thursday. So August 3rd. I'm sorry, March 3rd. We'll see what happens with that. But yes, New Japan is back on Access TV, folks. Never open weight title on the line. Evo versus Tomohiro Ishii. Honestly, I was whatever on this match. Yeah, I feel bad for Ishii because like didn't he just win this belt like a month or two ago against Jay White? And kind of crazy. Jay White's not even on the damn. Wow, Jay White main event in Wrestle Kingdom last year, and he's not even on the card this year. That's kind of strange. Ishii, he's just won the damn never open weight belt, and already just loses the Evil. And of course, you got the rest of the House of Torture, and Yo's the only one helping and stuff. But you know, they said what Ishii hasn't been a singles match in 3 years. Okay, and he didn't like he just won on some bullshit, low blow, House of Torture interference, everything is evil. So there you go. It was kind of a bullshit finish, honestly. I'm like, yeah, Ishii hasn't wrestled on here in 3 years on the main show, and this is what they give him. Okay, and Evil at this point, some would say it's just like throwing anything to the wall at this point to see if he can get over. Because I don't think Evil's over, and they try to put him back in the main event spot, and it's not over. But okay, we'll make him a never open weight and never weight tag team. And once again, a double champion because Evo. So like they had a chance, especially when he won the world titles and whatnot. But after that, I don't think people really buy to him being a main event guy, and it's just almost like fuck it, we'll just put the belt on him just because. So I don't know where it's gonna lead to, but Ishii, I feel like we just kind of got screwed right there. Next, the tag team titles on the line. The World Tag League winners Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi versus Dangerous Tekker, Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi. A good tag match, I will say. I did enjoy this. Some would say 2 years in a row, though. Dangerous Tekkers have lost the tag team belts in the Tokyo Dome. Last year to the World Tag League winners of GOD. And now they've lost to the World Tag League winners of this year of Goto and Yoshihashi. And, I guess you can give the Yoshihashi in a way. Some would say he was like the Titus O'Neil of New Japan at one point and looked like he really was never going anywhere. But they did give him a title last year. And now they gave him the tag title. So they must have some little and painted the story for, Yoshihashi from finally kind of winning a big one in the Tokyo Dome or just winning a big one in general and whatnot. Because usually you just see this guy get pinned or just like the low tier guy of chaos. But now it's like, okay, we're doing something with him now. So it's not bad or anything. But I'm like, the Dangerous Tekkers need to lose. You're supposed to be like someone told me earlier, you're the tag team of the year and whatnot. But you gotta take the L right here. And again, God had this problem too. It's like they have the belts, but then every time they face the World Tag League winner, they can never win the Tokyo Dome and stuff. They won last year, but it was always a problem with them just winning in general. And stuff going in, after the World Tag League, going against, whoever the winners of the World Tag League, they're the champions. And I feel like this is with Dangerous Tekkers now, also. So I don't know if Taichi and Zach will still tag after this and whatnot, but we'll see what happens. They shook kind of their hands, Goto and Yoshihashi, so we'll see what happens with that. Next though, junior heavyweight title on the line. Hiromu Takahashi versus El Desperado. Very good match. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. I like the last time Hiromu and Desperado of last year's Best of Super Juniors. This is like the third Super Juniors Hiromu has won. He had that octopus-like jacket coming out there for some reason. That he's going to jump from the ground. But I enjoyed this match. I kind of was going to go with Hiromu winning, but then again, it's like, how many times this guy won Best of Super Juniors? He got to the Tokyo Dome. And Desperado, I kind of feel like it's his time kind of getting the win back and stuff. So, you know, Desperado ended up winning and stuff. But that was a really good match. But yeah, Desperado won with two Pinche Locos, retaining his title at Wrestle Kingdom. So don't know where they're gonna go with Hiromu after this, especially after going in the Wrestle Kingdom and everything, and stuff. It's kind of like somewhat like a pattern, like been the best Super Juniors, win Wrestle Kingdom, have the title for a minute, then get hurt, and then kind of go until further notice and stuff. Someone says it's like a pattern. I'm not really sure about that, but probably possible. But Desperado still retained the world title, his junior heavyweight title. Very surprising. Okay, actually that'll be a title change, but no title change this time. Where's Hiromu going here for? We'll see. But in the main event, though, the IWGP World Title on the line. Okada, Takagi, yes. Kazuchika Okada and Shingo Takagi. Okada coming out very cool kimono that looked like, and instead of the briefcase, he's holding the IWGP title, the old IWGP title that people like and stuff. In kind of a skier match, and Antonio Inoki going against Shingo. And stuff. This was basically the match of the night, okay? These guys beat the hell out of each other, and it was insane. I kind of figured who was going to win anyways, but this was damn insane. This match was crazy. I was kind of hoping Shingo was going to retain several times. I almost kind of believed he would, but especially after trying to go for the last of the dragon and stuff, but, you know, Shingo getting out of the tombstone, run to a drop kick, and then he got into another tombstone, which Okada got him with one more Rainmaker. I don't know how many Rainmakers he had out there, but he won with the Rainmaker and became the new IWGP World Champion and whatnot. But Okada basically accepted the new belt, and I guess, bowing to the version 4 of the IWGP title. Honestly, I wish he would have kept that belt and stuff. I like the old title better, but then Will Ospreay came out saying, "Yeah, all right, new interim champion. All right, tomorrow we will settle this, and I was going to leave with that belt. Because, Okada, you be an actor. I'm going to protect New Japan and stuff." And Okada basically said, "I'll see you tomorrow." He thanked the fans for coming out. He made it rain, of course. And, hope we can get a full Tokyo Dome soon enough, he said. So Okada's already been in the news lately because I'm sure everybody's wondering, since Okada, won here, will he still retain against Ospreay tonight? But then again, apparently, he's calling out to CM Punk and Bryan Danielson. And I think Punk has responded and wants him to come to the United Center now all of a sudden. So, wants him to come to the United Center now and stuff. So, will Okada fight one of those guys? I don't know, but I could see that happening if he's not the champion at this point. We'll see what happens if he is still champion or not champion. I don't know, but Okada out here making challenges. But like I said, it was the best match of the night in general, and stuff. Because I just thought the show was good. Wasn't a bad show. Some matches felt a little bit filler and stuff, or either very predictable, but it was still very good, especially in the main event, semi-main event, I would say. Probably one of the best things on here. Shibata being back too, that was a big deal and stuff. So I would kind of look at that, but like the only titles changes we got was the tag team titles and the world title for the time being and whatnot until later on tonight. But yes, we did get 2 title changes and stuff. Excuse me. 2 title changes. Like I said, 2 title changes. All right, but Wrestle Kingdom. Like I said, that was a good show. Some would think it could have been better. I felt like. I don't know. Some things, like I said, it's the decision making sometimes with New Japan. And I don't know what they got going on tonight. I still think it's kind of crazy. That was a DQ finish in the Tokyo Dome and stuff. But some things just felt like it was kind of moving on to show than ending anything in Wrestle Kingdom. I feel like they're just trying to go on to the next angle and stuff, which they probably are. But it felt like without a few matches out of this whole show. Okay, so you know, that's how I would kind of go on about that. But I don't know. It's a lot to say about this show. Like I said, it's kind of like an up and down thing for me. So, I don't know what to really expect after this. I don't. And stuff. But like I said, we still got night 2. But obviously, a lot of these guys are not out of the woods yet. So, we'll see. But I thought it was a good show for New Japan. It wasn't a worst. I wouldn't say a worst one, but I thought it was good. I think the main event was the best thing on the show, though. The world title match. Okay, but sometimes I feel like the night 2 thing is always kind of starting to bite them back now because I don't even know what they should have gone themselves sometime with it. So, yeah. What happened? I'm not sure, though. Not really sure. But other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at Hood1990. I'll see y'all then. Like I said, it's my Wrestle Kingdom review, New Japan and whatnot. So tell me what you thought about Wrestle Kingdom 16 Night 1. Okay, that's mostly all I can say right now. I will be back for a Night 2 review. So see you guys then. Peace out.